Hi everyone, I hope that you are all well. Today I'm going to talk about a very important and interesting topic. Probably you've already heard talking about to change the way of thinking, to stop thinking negatively and think positively. But why it's so important to have a positive thought? Today I decided to talk about the power of thought so that you can understand the reason of having a positive thought. Firstly, thought cause emotional reactions, and if these are conceived, become mood. As moods are conceived, become temperaments, and over time, temperament becomes a personality trait, which means that we are what we think. So, let me explain you. The brain controls the body all the time, evaluate the internal and external environment, all that in order to maintain the balance. But thinking activates a number of circuits which cause the switch on of substances which act as neuromediators. That's the reason why, for example, when you think about your favorite dish, you're messy. Or when you think about something tragic which can happen, you don't even want to think about it. But what really happens? In reality, thoughts generate feelings, and the brain commands the production of chemical substances depending on the nature of the thought, so that there can be adequacy between the thought and the body. For you to understand, let me give you some examples. An experiment was carried out on two groups of individuals. In the first group, each individual was told to pull the spring 1 hour per day. 4 weeks after, it was noticed that the muscular strength had increased. In the other group, each individual was told to not touch the spring, but only to think that he is pulling the spring 1 hour per day. After 4 weeks, it was noticed that the muscular strength had increased by 22%. Isn't it incredible? So, the conclusion was that the brain doesn't differentiate what happens inside and what happens outside. Let me give you another example regarding the placebo effect. The placebo effect corresponds to the positive psychophysiological result observed after administration of substances or after a therapeutic act independently to the expected intrinsic efficacy. Or I can say simply that we pretend to treat the patient, but in reality we do nothing because we give to the patient substances without action on the pathology. But it has been observed in the experimented patients for a varied group of diseases that this effect could be 30% and could reach 60 to 70% in depressions. But how to explain this phenomenon? But it's simple, because the patient being treated unaware that his treatment is not real. So he informs his brain that he's going to be healed. So it is his thought which saves him. But this effect is not only psychological, but has also biochemical realities, because our internal environment and the way of managing it activate genetic patterns at the origin of the disease, and the body becomes able to defend itself. All that to tell you, think positively, drive out all negativity, because we see reality from neurochemical health, and thought ends up by creating conditioning. So let me finish by telling you the story about someone who was suffering from leukemia, which is a rather serious pathology. He had been told that he was going to die in the next 6 months, but 25 years later, he was still alive. So he was asked how he did. He said that he just wanted to see his son become bachelor. He was also asked, how did you do? He said, only to want it. So from today, think positively. Don't think negatively. Remember that your life reflects the way you think. Thank you for watching.